Alexander of Macedonia is much more commonly known in society by his moniker, Alexander the Great. This title gives the image of Alexander as the invincible warrior, fighting his way through Asia Minor, powered by bravery and youthful boldness. While this is not completely false, it does not give the full picture of the reason behind Alexander's victories. His success was due to his genius in planning and preparation as much as it was to his skill in battle. Alexander's classical education did not begin until the age of 13, when his father, King Philip, procured the services of the great philosopher Aristotle to teach his son and the children of other noblemen in Macedonia. In return for his instruction as a tutor to the youth of Macedonia, Philip agreed to rebuild and repopulate Aristotle's hometown of Stegria, which Philip had destroyed in the first place. From Aristotle, Alexander learned about medicine, religion, philosophy, art, and logic. During this time, he studied the classic literature of Homer, as well as the art of politics and military strategy. Alexander valued the education that he gained from Aristotle, and was quoted as saying, "I owe my life to my father, but I owe my well-living to my teacher." At the age of 20, Alexander became the king of Macedonia, following the assassination of his father. He worked quickly, getting rid of his political rivals and securing his title as the leader of his people. As king, he pushed for further expansion of Macedonia, pursuing what seemed like an impossible dream of conquering all of Asia. In working to accomplish this dream, we see the genius of Alexander as he incorporated principles from his early education to become the most feared and respected leader in the known world. The way that Alexander operated was significantly different than any other Greek city-state of his time. Other Greek armies would agree on a place of battle beforehand, and then bring enough food and supplies with them in their ox carts in order to feed the army and all of their servants just for the trip to the battlefield and back. This made their armies slow-moving and unable to adapt to changes in the plan of attack. The Macedonian army under Alexander operated with the philosophy of logistics planning that emphasized sustainability, mobility, and speed. This was shown by simple but important differences such as the Macedonian army using horses and camels instead of oxen. Or, instead of every soldier bringing a servant, there was only one servant allowed for every 10 infantry soldiers to lessen the supply requirement. As well, each soldier had to carry 80 pounds of equipment on the marches to lessen the need for carts in the supply train. Alexander understood that battles could not be won without good logistics planning, so he made logistics an essential part of all his battle plans. This included appointing a special officer to be solely responsible for the size and pace of the baggage caravan, as well as the welfare of the animals and distribution of the supplies. Alexander had the vision to rule the world as he knew it at the time. He was a bold leader who others wanted to follow, but he also understood that if his men could not eat and his army could not move quickly, they could not win. So he took every precaution to plan for success. Alexander was not just concerned about the planning for how to move and distribute his current supplies, but how to operate in a way where the army never had to return home. He did this by traveling along the coast where he could be supplied by ship and was able to continue his conquests. As his notoriety grew, he was able to set up forward supply points inland as well by reaching out to leaders of certain regions beforehand, letting them know that the army of Alexander was passing through and they either needed to have supplies ready or face his wrath. This planning allowed him to continue his campaign for 10 years. During his reign, Alexander never lost a single battle. This was not just due to his military acumen, but the competitive advantage his army had from the ability of their leader to effectively plan for success. If you are a leader who puts forth a clear vision and sets goals for your organization, that is admirable. But if you're not able to make a plan in order to achieve your goals, it's really worthless. Effective planning is a critical aspect of leadership that enables leaders to navigate complexities and drive success. By setting a clear vision, establishing goals, and charting a course of action through their planning, leaders can optimize resources, anticipate changes, and guide their organization towards a desired outcome. Leadership involves judiciously allocating resources to maximize productivity and efficiency. Effective planning enables you to identify and allocate resources, including human capital, time, and financial assets, in a manner that optimizes outcomes. Leaders face numerous uncertainties and risks while guiding their people toward success. Effective planning equips leaders with the tools to identify potential risks, analyze their impact, and devise appropriate mitigation strategies. By conducting thorough risk assessments and contingency planning, leaders can anticipate challenges, reduce vulnerabilities, and ensure preparedness. In today's dynamic and rapidly changing landscape, leaders must exhibit adaptability and flexibility. Effective planning empowers leaders to develop agile strategies that can be adjusted in response to emerging opportunities or challenges. By building flexibility into their plans, you can respond quickly to changing circumstances. This adaptability enables leaders to navigate uncertainties and maintain a competitive edge in a volatile market marketplace. Effective planning is an indispensable tool for leaders, and putting in the effort will enable you to chart a clear path toward success. Alright, I have a challenge for you from today's lesson. I want each of you to answer the question, what are the ways that you deliberately plan to achieve your organizational goals? What kind of actionable steps make up these plans? Make sure to put your answer in the comments so that we can all learn from each other. Till next time, keep on learning. Thank you so much for watching. Much of what I go over in my lessons can be found in my book, Mission First, People Always, which is available for purchase through the link in the description of the video. If you enjoyed today's video and want to watch more leadership lessons, then be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.